Hey guys, what is up? Raymage here doing another World of Tanks 360 review. Today guys, we're going to continue with skills and perks, and today we're going to review off-road driving. Now, to understand off-road driving, let's go ahead and cover the basics. It is a skill. It is a skill that will gradually improve as you play the game, so it's not a perk. You don't have to have it fully trained. You get it ready to rock and roll, and you'll see it gradually improve over time. Now, to understand skills and to understand off-road driving, paraphrasing the description, basically, and just to give you an in-depth analysis, off-road driving covers the soft and medium stats of your tank. How is your terrain resistance? How does your tank or your tank suspension handle soft terrain? Like here on Prokhorovka, I'm hitting some medium to soft and again a little rough terrain here, and you'll notice it's made a difference on my E50M here. I have it on there. Now, how big of a difference is it? Well, typically with skills, you usually are getting a 3 to 4, maybe an 8% boost, maybe close to 10% on occasion, in terms of a boost in whatever it is you're trying to improve upon. In this case, we're trying to improve the soft stats of the E50M. And the E50M, while it is a great tank, and I've talked to quite a few people, a lot of people still think it is the best tier 10 medium currently in the 360 version of World of Tanks. And it is a solid, fierce tank. You know, most people do not, turtle up when they see an M48. They respect them, but they don't turtle up like they do when they see an E50M, and it's a good tank. But one of its main drawbacks, besides its gun depression and how big the tank is altogether, is it doesn't have the soft terrain stats that the M48 has. The M48 will straight up out-accelerate and will just outmaneuver this tank. With off-road driving, I have noticed a gradual improvement in its acceleration. Now, to understand off-road driving, it is covering pretty much your acceleration, how well your suspension can, I guess, soak up all the bumps, all the hits of the terrain when you're going. Now, it pretty much, what you'll notice is more of your acceleration. When you hit bumps, generally, most tanks are going to lose a little bit in terms of acceleration. In some cases, they may even lose some out on some of their speed on your speedometer. You'll notice you'll go from, say you're going 40 kilometers an hour, and you'll drop straight down to 30, even 20 in some cases. Now, this is not a guarantee to see to it that you can hit a bump and continue to go 40 kilometers an hour, but it gives you a quick ability to, I guess you could say, rebound from hitting a bump that would cause you to lose out on your acceleration and even in some cases your top speed. As I was talking about with the E50M, I have noticed quite a difference in acceleration. Now, is it a gigantic difference? I would say no. It is not a huge enough difference for me to sit here and say this is a must-have skill. It's a outstanding skill. This isn't like repairs. Repairs, you got that skill, and it was noticeable. That's one of the skills I think you absolutely have to have on all tanks. But I would have to say off-road driving does help, and it is pretty useful. Now, as I was saying, it is more for absorbing, the terrain, not hurting your acceleration as much, and you do get to see some acceleration out of your vehicle. However, it does not, I don't believe it affects your traverse speed. Traverse speed, I believe, is affected by clutch braking, and in which case, that's something I'm going to have to test in once they add, once again, reminder, part 2 of this test will have to be done once they add private lobbies and training rooms. Then I could test this thing with another E50M driver / crew that doesn't have off-road driving or clutch braking. Then I can determine if off-road driving does help with the traverse speed at all. I have read up even on the PC where some people have kind of argued saying that, well, it does affect it. I haven't really noticed that. I feel like the hull on this tank is not traversing any quicker than it normally does. That could be because partially maybe off-road driving does affect it a little. I'm not sure on that. But I have noticed a slight improvement in terms of its stats when hitting rough to medium-ish terrain. I feel like I don't lose speed as often. I feel like in some cases, if I'm not losing speed, I'm getting up to speed a lot quicker. Overall, This is something you would want to go with on medium tanks. Light tanks definitely want to consider it. And heavy tanks definitely can see some use out of it. But I feel like the tanks to keep in mind that would definitely benefit the most would have to be tanks like the E50, the E50M, definitely the Panthers, the Panther 2s. They definitely will see some huge use out of off-road driving. Here with the E50M, it's not really noticeable. It's kind of hard to judge. I really wish I had used this on maybe a different crew, like on my Panther. But I already had it set up, and I figured this would have been a good test. You see right here with the E50M, it's getting up to speed. I don't feel like I don't even notice that 50 tons at all when I'm getting into the throttle on this tank. Then again, I am powered by a 1,000 horsepower engine on this thing, so it's moving right along even without off-road driving. But you will see it get up to speed. I have noticed on occasion on, say, Westfield Assault, when I go down that hill, I'm not just noticing I'm way out in front. I'm noticing that sometimes the light tanks are the only ones up there with me. Usually the light tanks, the Chaffies, are way ahead of me, and that's more of a credit to their power to weight ratio. This makes the E50M a lot more better in a quick responsive roll. I've noticed just the uptick in acceleration alone has been enough to justify, I feel, for a lot of the German tanks. So if you're an E50, an E50M driver, a Panther or a Panther 2 driver, definitely you want to give this a look. As I said, I feel like the heavy tanks will definitely get some use. Tank destroyers, you know, I think maybe you ought to hold out. Instead of going straight for off-road driving, maybe consider clutch braking first. I could only recommend off-road driving for a tank destroyer if, say, you're a very quick, mobile tank destroyer that relies on, you know, firing a shot, moving into another position to get a shot off, such as a Hellcat, a Yak Panther 2, for example. Tank destroyers that are mobile, not these slow turtles that, you know, may not get up to speed quick enough to be of any use as a fast mobile TD. Alright guys, this gameplay is actually coming to an end. Next week I will be doing another tips and tricks video, so I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.